Listen, I am not trying to be humble anymore. Will somebody please explain to me why I don't get any likes on Hinge? Like, it can't be because I'm ugly. Am I ugly? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
What's your name?
DJ.
Okay, sorry. I just need to know what I'd be screaming out tonight.
Not gonna lie, if that happened to me, I'm folding instantly. Fellas, they already don't do it enough as it is. So if you find one that do it like that, make sure you follow through. Have a good day.
Why are men afraid to open up to their woman?
Because men are afraid to open up to their women because they have been trained that it's not safe to do so.
Trained.
Women, yes, they have been groomed and trained by their past experiences and relationships with women that it's not safe to be vulnerable because a woman will throw it back in their face. I just did that video about how Shaquille O'Neal and Country Wayne were talking about how you can't ever be down to your woman, and the responses in the comments, and I was like, no, a man should be able to open up. There were so many men that were like, although this is a great thought, this is not how it is.
And it's funny because K. Michelle literally just did a post saying that how she feels like she's the man in the relationship if her man ever cries in front of her. I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, how dare you?
That's why men don't feel safe to be vulnerable.
And they talk about men being emotionally available. But if you're continually shutting down, or I should say continuously shutting down a man's emotions, oh, you're crying? Man up. Oh, it's just the men that are toxic towards men. No. There are a lot of women out there that are toxic to men. They don't allow them to express themselves. Oh, well, the way you express it is unhealthy. No, it's not unhealthy. When you get upset, you fly off the handle. You go into a rage. And if I should elevate my voice a little bit, then all of a sudden it's a problem and you're scaring me. And I'm not even talking to you. I'm just expressing my displeasure with whatever situation is going on at the time. But what you modern women actually want is a man to be stoic. You don't want him to have any expression. When you act a fool, when you go over the line, when you start saying stuff out of pocket, just take it. When you start embarrassing him, acting like you don't know what's going on and you don't read the room socially, just take it. Just bear with me. Just be there for me. Just relax, and it's not that big a deal. And I'm just expressing myself and it's how I feel and I can't help it. But then when a man is at his wit's end because he's been taking care of himself, taking care of what's going on outside the house, other family, other friends, and now has to come home and deal with what you have going on, then all of a sudden he's supposed to keep all that in. That's interesting.
I have been on the dating scene now for like 3.5 years or whatever it is. Lost count. You get so used to being treated poorly that you build. It's okay. You don't have to. You build up like this thick skin because then you just start going into every date or every opportunity not expecting what you deserve, and you know what you deserve.
And I want to once again point out the aesthetic. Once again, it doesn't matter if you think that she's attractive or not. Just the dress, the hair. There's not very many hairs out of line. The eyebrows, the way the eyes are complemented by the makeup and the lips and the coloring and all that stuff, but still inside broken. I've developed thick skin. Okay, bring on more of the crocodile tears. Bring on more of the drama. What else do you got for me?
But what you get in return, thank you, is so bad that when someone good comes along, you literally go, what's going on? Is this guy a con artist? Like, what is is he a serial killer? And then it gets worse because you go to your friends and you go, guys, he did this, and they're like, what did he do? And they're like, you better get rid of him.
And what he did was what, like buy you flowers?
And they're like, he bought you flowers?
That's right.
I mean,
No, they also be saying that's a bare minimum too.
like, that's how messed up this world is, that you actually find a good guy and you immediately second guess them. And it is funny, Jerry, because you literally you can't believe that someone good is in your life. Yeah. So that's how messed up it is. That's some real talk.
I don't know how much longer I can stand being single, and it's not because I'm just super lonely. No, I'm pretty peaceful on my own. It's not because I'm like terrified of my eggs drying up, and I mean I do want kids. That is a part of it. And it's not because I see all these other couples and I'm like, oh, I want that. It's not because I need someone else to help me pay the bills. I do. I really do. But none of the typical things that you would think of are the main reason that I don't know how much longer I can be single. The main reason? I'm tired. I can't go out anymore. I want to stay at home with a good book. I want to stay at home and have a nice little movie night. I want to cook dinner, stay in. I don't want to go out. But to meet people, I have to go out. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to have a nice little night in every single night. I want to be in bed by 9 p.m. Sue me. My social battery has gone way down since hitting 30. I can't keep having these same conversations. It's painful. And I'm tired. My social battery running out, and I don't know if I can have enough to find somebody.
But that's what men were saying. You're going to get to a point to where you want to settle down. That's what you're talking about right now, is settling down. I don't want to be out here going to the club anymore. I don't want to be out here going for drinks and at the bar and just out here in my cutest, finest attire. What you want is just to spend time with your man at the house. We're just having a Friday night in. We ordered in and we're just in our PJs. It's just a lazy day for us. Both of us had the day off, so we just kind of hung around. We didn't really do anything. And that's the way I want it. It's good to take some time to relax. That's where you're going to be if that were you on a show saying that type of stuff. That's what you want. Oh, we just relaxed. We cuddled and we had tea because, you know, it's the fall and it's coming winter time and everything is lovely. And that's just the way I like it, me and my man. And I just love him. Just guts and just heaven sent. And that's all we want. It's really couple goals. And I've been wanting this for 5 years, and God. And here's when the waterworks come. God, I prayed, and look up to the sky, and I prayed for so many nights, so many days, and I was just wondering if I was ever good enough, and what's wrong with me? And I begin to go into a really dark place and dry it up. Dry it up. For the people who have been earnestly looking and asking the right questions, I have sympathy for them. But for the people who have been saying, you don't meet my standard, you're trash. And they think of all these nice ways just to say, you're not good enough for me. I'm better than you. And they say it in a different way, but they're focusing on how great they are, how conceited and selfish they actually are. But because there are a lot of women, modern women like that, then they feel validated because these same modern women get in the comments and say, yeah, I'm going to stay single until you don't want to be. That's too bad.
So you guys broke up at that point because no, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills? No. Okay.
Exactly. And look at what happened.
Exactly.
She called herself flexing and got a bigger flex on her. Now he's with somebody he doesn't have to pay a dime for. Nope. So it didn't work. You lost him to somebody with more money that will do 50-50.
Because she says, what do I look like to not be paying? What does somebody look like that doesn't have to pay for 50-50? What does that look like? I don't get it. I don't understand. You look broke? I don't understand what's the look. I don't care how beautiful you are. When I heard that interview, you're ugly. That's just my attitude.
Yeah, your attitude.
You could be the best looking girl in the world, but you're ugly. I didn't even like that answer right there made me say never.
Toxic.
Yeah, I never. Just that attitude.
Wait a minute, Killer. Wait a minute. You might want to recall.
Bro, I got a picture of her right here. I'm looking at her. I pulled her images up. Because you know why? She's on all these red carpets. And when you scroll down on the images, she's on like the top 10 photos of red carpets. And you just see her going and Taylor Swift on all the red carpets. When I'm scrolling up, she just disappears after a while. No more red carpet, no nothing now. And don't get me wrong, I like pretty. But your attitude, dryness,
is trash. And that's what I just got through saying. What do I look like going 50-50? I'm not going to settle. But then you look like and sound like the woman, and eventually you will sound like the woman that's talking about, I just want to stay in. I'm in my 30s. I'm getting tired of doing this. That's what we keep trying to tell you. It don't matter how pretty you are. People don't want to deal with the trashy attitude. That's it, and that's all. Clean it up.
I'm almost positive that God has sent me my husband by now, but I'm pretty sure I've turned him away because I didn't like his hairline, or he probably had on black forces or something. I don't know.
Disqualified for black hair forces.
Hey, quick question. What's with women saying the phrase, I'm literally just a girl, after doing the most diabolical thing that they could have possibly done? Like women will almost run over a family of 4, turning them into a pink mist because they were texting and driving and drinking an iced coffee. And then when you bring it up in the slightest, you'll be like, hey, what was that back there? They'll be like, I am literally just a girl. No. You're a danger to society. Like they'll put that pink ribbon emoji over I'm just a girl after you're like, hey, why'd you key my car the other day?
I just wanted to document what a man just said to me at the grocery store. I was minding my own business, and he came up to me and really wanted to let me know that I should never be ashamed of or embarrassed of or feel self-conscious of having juicy, delicious thighs, thick thighs, because in his words, a lot of girls are self-conscious of that, but we shouldn't be. I shouldn't be, because the reason I have those thighs in the first place is to hold up that ass. He said that in order to have that, you need the thighs. It's like a trunk of a tree. It's like a beautiful support system. He said if you're gonna have a beautiful asset like that, the thighs come with it. They go hand in hand. Now, I did not ask him for his opinion, and also we weren't even talking. We weren't engaging in conversation. I was looking at the produce, and I did notice he had a lot of melons in his cart, but I understand where he's coming from. It's like, you can't have the sun without the rain. You can't have like joy without a little bit of pain. Like, that's not exactly what he's saying, but like if you have ADHD, you might understand. Be grateful for what you have.
Unfortunate news to report to the girlies. Today, a man texted me and made me smile.
They gonna sabotage themselves.
Do you feel like the more options you have, the more valuable you have?
No, because there's a lot of men with a lot of money that are absolute trash people, but have a ton of options because they're rich.
Exactly.
That's a bar.
Yeah. And I think that there are a lot of beautiful women that have a ton of options, but don't have the character to substantiate it. And so they could still sleep with or temporarily date, some really great options because of the illusion of how they look might actually match their character. And that's usually not the case.
She gets it. These guys, I have men taking me out and paying for $1,000 dinners. Why would I be messing with a brokey? Because that quote unquote brokey is going to be the father of your children. He's going to be loyal. He's going to stay there when that other guy that's taking you out for expensive dinners, buying you these clothes and these cars and all these nice things and getting you on a yacht, he's going to dip. Maybe he marries you. Maybe he has kids and all those things. This man is still going to do whatever he wants to do. And not saying that all men with that type of money do that, because that's definitely not the case. But this guy, because you don't know how to pick them, is going to do that to you. And you're going to be upset. Oh, all the money in the world don't mean nothing. Here come the waterworks. Oh, I just want to be loved. And I really love the money for a while, but then now I just don't. I want to do something. I want somebody to love me. After you didn't take half his stuff in the divorce. Now you want to find love. Now that I'm rich, I want to go for love. Modern women logic.
Okay. I am like really bad at talking to guys. And I just wanted to give you all an example of what I'm talking about. So last night I'm out at the bars and I'm ordering a drink. And this guy comes up next to me and he's like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Like, he was so sweet, so nice. And I looked at him and I said, oh my God, Eric Menendez. Because so I'd seen this guy on Hinge, and he looks like Eric Menendez, like the guy that killed parents, like hot Eric. And I sent it to my friends in the group.
Hot Eric? Hot Eric? You can't make it up. You cannot make it up.
And I was like, oh my God, Eric Menendez is on Hinge, guys. Like, anyways, besides the point, I said, Eric Menendez. He said, huh? I said, oh my God, you're Eric Menendez. And he was like, no, I think you having me mistaken for someone else. I said, no, I saw you on Hinge.
Just, why? Just shut up. Just shut up. Stop talking. It'd be one thing if you're like Eric Menendez and it just caught you. Wow. Yeah. No, you look like Eric Menendez. Sorry. My name is Brittany. But you keep on talking. You just keep going with it. You keep going with it. And modern women keep on telling us that men don't know how to have a conversation. They're dropping the ball. Oh, these guys are boring. They're just creepy. They're just weird. And this is, you keep going.
He said, oh my God, did we match? I'm sorry. I said, no, I hit X on you. He said, oh, that was really mean. And then part 2. So I am a research analyst. I have my master's in STD prevention, health comm. And this other guy comes up to me. He's not very cute. Respectfully.
Right.
Anyways, and he's asking me what I do, and I'm telling him. And of course, you tell anyone you do STD research, and it's a kicker. And instead of like flirting with this guy or asking for a drink, I sit there and explain to him the difference between an STI and an STD. I am literally gonna die alone.
Yeah. Maybe that's for the best. Because even with education and the master's degree, you don't seem to understand how to get out of your own way. Maybe you can take that education and research how not to talk with guys and converse with them. How to converse in a regular, common sense manner.
You know, it took me a while to learn this. When you constantly point out the things that a man isn't doing, that does not encourage him to do more of it. That actually discourages him from doing the things that he's already doing. Cause you know what he's thinking? Shoot, she don't even acknowledge and see what I am doing. Forget it. I won't do anything at all. So ladies, we got to start acknowledging more of what men are doing, because when we do that, we show them that we appreciate them.
No, you don't. Because what they're going to say to you is, well, that's the bare minimum. The bar is so low. It's at the equator. That's what they're going to say, because they don't want to take any responsibility for what they are not doing in terms of being a great partner. They're deficient in compliments, and people are telling them, which is part of the reason why they're deficient. Oh, he's supposed to be doing that. That's what you're entitled to, this as a member of the girlfriends or princess treatment club. That's what you're entitled to. You paid your fee in being a strong, independent woman, and now these are the necessary perks that come with it. A chivalry, like he should open your door and buy you flowers, and not just. You got the platinum tier, so not just any flowers. If he buys you $12 roses, no, he's trash. The platinum tier comes with at minimum, a $300 bouquet from one of these shops around here that are the finest in New York, the finest in LA, one of the finest restaurants in LA. You are entitled to that. And so if he doesn't give you that and he says Cheesecake Factory, you're on the basic tier. And that you're on the bare minimum tier, and that's not where you want to be. You put in your time, you put in your work, your effort. You got it. You got an education. That's what you deserve, girly.
When they feel appreciated, they are more likely to do the things that they are not doing. This is exactly how the universe works. When you are not showing gratitude and appreciation for what you currently have, guess what? The universe is not going to give you more of it. So start showing appreciation for what you currently have, so that you can gain more of what you don't have.
The man you actually want is not interested in your money. The man you actually want does not care about that degree. Not that he doesn't care about it, but that's not what he's focused on or worried about. That's not what's going to raise his children.
Exactly. We're taught that our value is in our career and our money as women. And our value, as we teach in our date coaching, is our value is what do you bring after 5? After 5 p.m. when the job is closed and you're just sitting on the couch with him, where's your value then? What conversation do you have? How fun are you? When is he saying, ooh, I can't wait to talk to Coriel. I haven't talked to her for
what does that sound? Somebody help me in the comments. What does that sound like? What do you bring to the table? What do you do? What do you bring to the table? In a nicer way, albeit, but what do you bring to the table? What's your value add to this relationship? I'm giving you my proposition. I do this for you. I make as much or more. I can listen to you in this manner. I can take care of you in this manner. I'm willing to meet these people. I'm willing to hang out over here. I'm willing to go do this. Now that I've presented myself to you, show me what you got. Give me your present. Oh, you always want me to sleep? No, we not talking about sleep. We gonna get to intimacy. We gonna touch on that a little bit later down the road. Don't you worry about that. What we need to focus on now is how we gonna be a unit. How we gonna operate as a family. Who's the head brother in charge? That's what we need to focus on now. So give it to me. Let me hear it.
Are you even fun? Do you smile?
Right.
Are you fun to be around?
Right. Do you enjoy each other's company? Like all of that. All of that.
The common sense that, because we got all these degrees and all these accomplishments, but the lack of common sense when it comes to dating is just like, how come?
It's not so common.
It's not common at all. There's no logic. It's all feelings. I feel like he should just take me as I am. Why would he do that?
He doesn't have to.
He does not have to.
He doesn't have to. And it's sometimes
a lot of chicks, they absolutely cooked. I almost want to go back and listen to that again. I want to replay it again. They cooked.
I think they be out here finessing. Y'all know. You see them know how to beat that money. How to identify dog behavior and use it.
Yes.
That's all you're here for.
And they don't get it. These type of men worked hard for their money, and they gonna see you coming from a mile away. Even Hugh Hefner, God rest his soul, he knew what it was. Hey, I got a little bit, and that's what y'all want to be in for. Y'all looking for opportunities. What I get is hanging around pretty women. So if I'm willing to pay that, but afterwards, what are you going to do with your career? What are you going to do with your life after you get out of this? This ain't forever. Your looks ain't forever. That's why we got different people on the cover of my magazine, because you out, this person's in. These modern women don't get that. You only have a time in the sun. Your time to shine. Everybody does. The fact of the matter is, a lot of men have come to grips, and if they haven't, they will be forced to come to grips with the fact that you're not gonna have all that much time in the sun to shine. So while you got your little window of opportunity, your little 15 minutes, go ahead and make something pop off. If not, you a bum. Ain't nobody gonna want you.
A lot of men do get married because they want a maid, a chef, a house cleaner.
Actually, what I've heard, but men, tell me if I'm wrong, is actually that men get married for
Let me go back really quickly. Once again, the aesthetic is there. Hair, I think she got her nails, the earrings, face is clean, beat, makeup, nice shirt, all that. Hair is to the side just like so, just over the ear, just perfectly. She did that. Lip color, it all matches with her face. What came out of her mouth when it was time to really seal the deal on the presentation? Stupidity. Can't make it up.
A house cleaner.
Actually, what I've heard, but men, tell me if I'm wrong, is actually that men get married for emotional and physical connections, that men get married because they want a family and children, and that men get married because they love the person they're with and they want to spend their life with them. If that is completely off men, please let me know.
Nope.
But last I checked, men don't get married for selfish reasons usually. If they were selfish, they would in fact probably not get married, because that makes more sense to a man who's selfish, is to not get married at all, because women are a hassle. Women are a lot of work. And a man who wants to get married to a woman actually truly loves her.
Yep. Don't have a lot more to add because that was pretty much spot on. I appreciate that, Alina. Hey, listen, that's just my opinion and some of theirs. We'll see you in the next video. I'm out.